Hello everybody and welcome back, and let's continue with our part 2 of basic Linux commands. So what we covered in the previous videos are the rm command, rmdir command, cd command, touch command, clear command, and pwd command. Okay, so right now let's continue with the basic command. So we'll navigate to the same website as before. And as we can see, the command under the number 6 is the touch command, which we covered in the previous tutorial. But what we didn't cover is that you can actually add an extension to your file depending on which type of file you want to create. So for example, if you want to create a txt file, so let's navigate to the desktop directory once again. Yeah, we also did cover the ls command, so that is something I forgot. And let's get back to the touch command. So for example, what I showed you in the previous video is I created a file simply just by typing touch file. But if you, for example, want to create a txt file, you can simply just type touch file.txt. It will create a txt file. You can also create different types of files. For example, let's say you want to create a Python file. You simply just add the extension .py, and then afterward you write the code into that file. So touch file.py. It will create the Python file where you can afterwards write something or write some lines of code, and it will be interpreted as a Python program. Okay, so that is something that you should actually know. Let us remove these files right now as we don't really need them. And let's continue to the next command. The next command is the man and then -- help. Now, as it says right here, to know more about the command and how to use it, you can use the man command, which is basically shortened for the manual. It shows the manual pages of the command. For example, we know what the cd command is, but if you want to know all of the stuff that cd command is capable of, you can simply just type man, shortened for manual, and then the name of the command you want to check out. So man cd. It seems like that there is no manual entry for cd, so let's try man ls. And we can see we opened the manual for the ls command, and right now we can see all of the available options that we can use in the ls command. Okay, so right here we have -a, do not ignore entry starting with dot, so on and so on. It doesn't really matter. There are a bunch of different options that you can use the ls command with, which we really won't cover, but if you're interested in learning all of this, you can simply just go once or twice over the manual and basically learn things that you think are important. We know two different ls usages for now. Let me just see right here. We covered ls, ls-a, and you can also type ls-la, as it will show you not only all of the hidden files as well as visible files. It will also show you the date I believe they were created, and also they will show you who created them and what are the privileges for that specific users. We can see the root user created all of this, and then it has the read, write, and execute availabilities, should I say, to that file. Okay, so basically the R stands for reading the file, so the user can, or the root user in this case, can read the file. W stands for writing to that file, and X stands for executing that file, or basically running that file. So if you want to check out that as well, you can simply just type ls-la. But more about ls in the manual. Right now let us go to the next command, and the next command would be cp. Now it is similar to the cd, it's just the second letter is p, and it basically is used to copy the files. So for example, let's touch file.txt onto our desktop. Let me just lower this terminal, we don't need it this big. And now let's say we want to, for example, copy this file.txt into downloads directory. Okay, so first of all, what we need to know is we need to know the full path to the downloads directory. First of all, with ls we can check whether the file.txt is located right here. We can see it is not located. The full path to the downloads directory is /root/downloads, so we will just copy it. Or you can simply just remember it however you want. Then we navigate back to the desktop directory using the cd two dots to go one directory back, and then cd desktop to go to the desktop directory. And now, if we just type ls, here is our file.txt. Now we can type cp, and then the name of the file, and then where we want to copy it. And we want to copy it at this location. Press here enter, and if we go back to the downloads directory, and type ls once again, right now you will see that we also have the file.txt in the downloads directory. So we successfully actually copied the file.txt to the downloads directory. So right now let us remove it since we don't really need it right here. And let's move on to the next command. The next command is the mv. Basically, as it says right here, mv, use the mv command to move files through the command line. We can also use the mv command to rename a file. So basically what mv stands for is moving a file. You can simply just move a file to a different directory instead of copying it. So we saw the actual example of copying a file, but you can also move a file if you, for example, don't want to have it at two locations at the same time. You can simply just move it to the downloads by using mw file.txt and then /root/downloads. Now this file will disappear from the desktop directory and it will be moved to the downloads directory, as we can check right here, as it says file.txt once we type ls. Okay? Now, but it also told us that the mv can be used to rename a file. So, for example, we are not satisfied with the file name to be just simply file.txt. We want to call it, for example, file1.txt. Okay, so we can do that by using the mw command, or pardon me, mv command, not w, just a regular v. And we can simply just type file.txt, and instead of actually moving a file with the different location, you simply just type right here different file name that you want this file to be renamed to. So in our case, we want to call it file1.txt. Press here enter. If you type ls once again, you will see right now that the file has been renamed to file1.txt. Okay? So, basically, that is also something you should remember, that you can move files and rename files with the mv command. So, let's move on to the next command, which is the locate command. As it says right here, the locate command is used to locate a file in a Linux system, just like the search command in Windows. This command is useful when you don't know where a file is saved or the actual name of the file. Using the I argument with the command helps to ignore the case. Okay? So, if we, for example, are not really sure where the file1.txt is located and we are in the root directory, if we type ls, file1.txt is nowhere to be found. We, for example, know that its name is file1.txt, we can simply locate it with file1.txt. And it will tell you right here where all of the file1.txt's are located. This is the command used for that, and you can check everything available for that command with the man locate. So you can see all of the different options that you can use with the locate command. Okay, so let us press Q right here. And basically that would be all about basic Linux commands. What we're going to do in the next video is we're going to set up our IP address in our virtual machine, as well as I'm going to show you some of the networking commands that you can run in terminal. Okay, so that will be about it for this lecture. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.